Hey everybody, before we start the episode here, I just have a very quick message to pass on to those of you who haven't seen my latest post on my community page on my channel. And long story short, of course, check out the post if you want some more information, but I've been taking a break from this series and I'm still technically on that break, but this episode was recorded quite a long time ago and I'm simply just putting this one out here now so that I can split up the gap between episodes. So TekTopia will be returning a bit more frequently at some point in time, but just for now, enjoy this one and stay tuned for more in the future. Hello everybody, my name is Marlo and welcome back to another episode of TekTopia, where today we are giving this city a name. But not until the end of the episode, of course. I asked you guys in the last one to leave some name suggestions down in the comments, and I basically just want to give all of you as long as possible, hence why I'm going to do it at the final moments in this episode. So do stay tuned for that, but in the meantime, there's a couple of other things I would like to do, and it's all about upgrading food for myself as well as the villagers. So for myself, I'm going to build a cow farm today, somewhere underground in our little base just down this hole right here, most likely underground because there really isn't any space to actually put it. So yeah, cow farm for me for the steak and of course the leather, that's always going to be very helpful. But we are also going to be upgrading the villagers' food supplies, so that means building the kitchen of course, as well as hopefully filling our animal pens with some actual livestock because they've been completely empty just sitting there since we built it a few episodes ago. In case you missed the last video in this series, then this is what we built, a library / observatory build, and a lot of you guys seem to really like it, so I thank you very much for the support. Have you just been reading, dear sir? Because I haven't seen anyone go inside of here yet, so that's kind of nice just to get some clarification that you guys can actually access it. We do have the glowing icon now, of course, but yeah, that's the first villager I've actually seen inside, so that is kind of cool. He must have just been having a quick read in there, but yeah, this is what we built last episode, and I actually really quite like the design of this one. Simple on the inside, as well as on the outside also, but yeah, it's a cool looking building. Fits in pretty well. Oh my goodness, I've pressed the button and I don't know what's going on. Whatever button I have keyed to the mod I installed last episode has obviously done this, and I thought it was F7, but I'm pressing that right now and nothing is happening. So, oh, it was F6. Okay, we're all good. that concerned me for a bit. I thought we were going to have those grid lines just throughout the rest of the series. I think a lot of you might have stopped watching then. So the question I'm asking myself right now is, what would I like to do first? Sort out my food or the villagers' food? And honestly, the villagers have waited for a shorter time than I. I've been wanting to build this cow farm, a proper one, for just pretty much since the start of this series. I probably should have done it quite a long time ago, knowing just how many bookshelves I was actually going to be using. Hindsight is a wonderful thing, but yeah, we're going to start on my food first of all, building the cow farm, which I think is actually going to go down underground in my little base here, if I can actually just fall down this ladder. So I'm not sure where it's going to go. I will most likely have to do a similar thing what I did with my concrete converter here, where I basically just dig underground. So I'll find a nice spot to stick a ladder or something like that, carve out a big hole, and then we can get to building it. I believe this should be big enough. It's not a huge design we're actually using. It's originally from the creator of this mod pack, TangoTek. He has an Afk Cow Farm design that is just kind of perfect for me. So really the gist of this is, whenever I can just leave my PC for like 2 hours, I'm going to leave myself running at this farm and hopefully should get plentiful amounts. So it's not going to be working all the time, shouldn't cause that much lag. That's kind of the whole intention of the farm, to be server friendly. I'm not on a server here, but I will always take less lag when I can. So yeah, this should be big enough. I think now what I'm going to do is gather all of my supplies up, and then we can get to actually building this thing, and afterwards we'll make it look nice and pretty. These walls will not do. not really going for the cave look. And I should probably mention, I've positioned it over here in this corner, just beside where we control the super smelter. So just for the sake of symmetry, at some point or another, I will probably build something else over here. Pretty much all I did was get rid of this glass block and move over this white concrete here to make this hole. So I may have to change how that chest looks. I'm not even sure why it's sticking out. I don't know why I did that in the first place. Hopefully there's some good reason, but that's where our super smelted items end up. So yeah, I can probably just shift that back some. So if you got any ideas of some helpful farm I could build over on this side that can fit into not too high of an area. We're already on Y16, so I haven't got that much depth, but yeah, let me know if you got any ideas. So I'm not going to explain how this farm works. I could, but I would have to copy Tango word for word, because truthfully, I don't exactly get it. It's some very clever redstone. So all I'm going to do is leave a link down in the description to Tango's video. You can go over there and watch it if you want to know the redstone explanation, because like I said, I shall not be giving it to you. As you can see, I've made the walls and ceiling and the floor look a little bit better, just with some concrete and some sea lanterns to bring some light into it, and it looks fine. It doesn't have to look amazing. I mean, the farm itself, while it is very clever, yes, it's not the prettiest. So yeah, I'm not too fussed, believe it or not, about making this room look amazing. I'm more fussed about how the farm itself works, which obviously I haven't been able to test out yet, and I know I said I wasn't going to explain it, and I'm still not, but pretty much we need some cows to go in this thing, right? And currently, as you can see, there are none. So before we even tried this farm and see if it works, we have to find at least 2 cows, and honestly, I don't know where the nearest ones are, so I may have to go on a little bit of an adventure. Doing this at night time most likely isn't the smartest either, and I thought before we head out here I would just maybe have a quick check on our residents just to see how their happiness levels are doing, because I haven't done that in a little while, and I also haven't slept in a little while, which is probably something to do with the reason why all of their happiness seems to be pretty high. So yeah, I'm actually happy with their happiness. I am hearing some twinkling hearts, and I don't know where they're coming from. This is going to be the issue we have with the apartments here. I can't really find the hearts very well. It sounds like it's over this side. I thought they used to like glisten through the door or something like that, but obviously not. It would be very helpful in finding them. There it is. Okay. Yeah, we haven't filled out these beds, have we? Otherwise, we're missing a lot of villagers if that's the case. So, yeah, anyway, we got the heart. Let's go find some cows. So the nearest island and area of land is actually just over here. And still, I have not left these trees to actually, or leaves to despawn. Maybe one day I'll do that. And we still got our one leaf there that, no, has not despawned. And it never will. Don't worry. Oh. Maybe with a sword. Oh, nah, I'm not going to do it. I was very close then. Would not have surprised myself if I accidentally broke it. So, yeah, this is where I'm hoping to find some cows. And at the moment, I'm only finding creepers and skeletons. I don't think that's going to work for the farm. So, let me keep on flying here. I got a chicken. I've got 2, actually. So, would that work? Probably not. Still need cows. I found a sheep. That, honestly, would probably work. I don't see why it wouldn't, but I would like the leather, not the wool. Don't really care about that. I found this floating island with some trees on it, which is kind of cool, but more importantly, can you see it? Just behind the floating island, we have some cows, and we're a little bit far away, but not too far. This shouldn't take that long, I don't think, so I'm just going to hook up as many cows as I can here. I believe there's only 4 actually, which should be fine. We have the option to lose 2 if that happens to be the case. Preferably no more, because we do need at least 2 to actually start this, so we can breed them. So yeah, 4 should be fine. Wolves, leave these guys alone. They're our friends. Me and my cow buddies here are in a little bit of a predicament. I don't really want them to trample the crops. Oh, there they go. Alright, there's 3. There's that 4th one who is just refusing to do anything. Come on, over you get. That's it. Only 1 trampled crop. That's not too bad in the grand scheme of things. So now my question is, how do I get them down here? Pretty much what I've done. If I can maybe just hop up here. Don't follow me, cows. Just stay right there. Not sure if you're going to be able to see it from here. You're not. Get down, get down. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to do this. Water source, and I'm going to push him off. This guy apparently wants to lead the way. That's fine. Feel free to do so. Yeah, I've made a little hole down there that I can just shove them right into. So there we go. The water is spreading. I'm actually going to unhook them one by one and shove them off, and down he goes. He's going to... Oh, wait. I got the others clipped. I got the others clipped. I don't want him to drown. I think he's okay. I think he's okay. That villager, I thought he was like a creeper or something. Okay, next one. Off you go. We may have to just shove these down. You two can wait. I need to at least get 2 cows down here. That guy looks like he's going to drown. Let me fly up. Okay, we got one. That's good. That's good. One is better than none. But this guy looks like he's about to start suffocating. So, let's just give him a quick push. There we are. Okay, cool. Time to do it for the other 2 now. So I've got them all crowded around this hole right here, and basically it just falls directly down into the farm, as you can see, so they should be caught by that water source. You, my friend, can be test subject number 1, so enjoy your life of circular rotation. It's going to be a good old time for you. If you could just go in the hole, please. Seriously? There we go. Okay, and he's fine. Didn't get caught on anything. Just make sure we can at least get 2 in here, and that the other 3 just don't die randomly somehow, struck by lightning or something like that. No, we're good. And as you can see, they are looping around, which is awesome, meaning I've set up the water streams correctly. Okay, awesome. This is actually fairly easy. I'm just sort of waiting for something to go wrong at this point. But it hasn't. Surprisingly, this has gone fairly smooth all in all, so yeah, this is actually fully set up and running, and pretty much all I need to do now is just stock these 2 double chests full of wheat, which is a bit of a problem because I don't actually have any wheat on me currently, so I'm going to head back to some of the older villages, I think, and just hope they have a bunch that I'm going to craft into hay bales and make it a non-villager item. So, and then I'll stock this full. Maybe someday what we can do is set up an automatic wheat farm just like beside this and have it just feed through as it's made. So yeah, maybe that's a project for another episode, but this is all up and running. I'm just going to go have a look for wheat and keep my fingers crossed that there's actually some in the storage rooms. I definitely need to make my nether hub tunnels at least a little bit taller, if nothing else at all, just so I can fly through. I think maybe that's a project for a stream, although for those of you who watch my streams will know I'm having a bit of internet difficulties at the moment. So yeah, they've been a bit few and far between, but definitely when I get my internet sorted, something that we can do here. Maybe we can even make them look pretty. A good old nether hub grind is always something I'm up for. We have arrived in Mecklen'sville, as you can see, which I don't think we've seen with the new villager skins that we have running this time, and it definitely suits the style. I think this looks awesome. It's also very weird having the connected glass. Not quite a fan of it as much as I am in the futuristic city. So here's to hoping you guys have a bunch of wheat. There's got to be one chest. If you got that many carrots, surely you got that much wheat as well. Come on, one of these. Please tell me that's not all of your reserves. A little bit more in this one. Okay. A bit more in this one. Still not much. And that's it. There's probably, I don't know, 9 stacks in total here, which is better than nothing. So I'm going to take a little bit. I do want to leave them with a handful, just so you know they don't run out of supplies entirely. But I think we had better go to some of the other villages and have a look around there. Oh, there was actually quite a lot in that one. Okay, that'll probably do. 6 stacks is enough for now. Thankfully, Asteria and Eriduine pulled through with the wheat supplies, and this is what we've ended up with, which honestly doesn't look like a whole lot when it's crafted into hay bales. But as soon as we uncraft it, we get this, which is a decent amount of wheat, probably more than I will need. And yeah, it's actually flowing through into the hopper system now, so that basically, you know, I said I wasn't going to explain it, but all you have to do is you step in here and it should start chucking that out. I think when we're... Oh god, have I done something wrong? Maybe I have. I don't know. But basically it chucks the wheat at you and you just breed the cows here slowly. What is happening there? You just went out the glass, my friend. How have you done that? I have broken cows. Oh, did you see that? Oh, it is chucking them at me. Okay. Well, yeah, anyway, I'm going to deposit all of this into it, and we will return to this at a later date. Maybe not even today. I just have to wait for the opportunity to arrive. What is going on? Cow, you're broken. Wait for the opportunity to arise where I can actually AFK for a bit, which isn't very often. So yeah, like I said, this may just be something I have to use off camera, and I'll update you maybe in a few episodes. But for today's episode, that's all we're going to do for it. And yes, that guy will probably have to just be killed, because I don't exactly know how to get him back in without letting all of the others out. That lucky cow gets to live another day. All it required was a quick punch and a push, and he was back in. But I think that's enough cow talk for today, because, well, we're really far into today's episode, and I did not realize the time has kind of gotten away from me a little bit. So I apologize about that. We're going to actually start with some building now, which, as I said earlier, is going to be the chef's kitchen, and it's going on this final platform here to complete the inner circle. So if I just do a quick fly up here, as you can see, once we have that one done, the inner circle platforms will be complete, which is going to be pretty darn cool to see, if I don't say so myself. So yeah, I think super quickly, let's hop into a time lapse, get this kitchen all built up, and then we can have the tour afterwards. Hold on just a second, we'll start the time lapse soon, but before then, I actually found myself having a few hours to AFK, so I did that at our new cow farm here. And I thought it was going pretty swimmingly. I was set in my AFK spot. Everything seemed to be in working order. Obviously, I could only really see this a little bit lower. But I've just come back now and thought I'd check that everything went well. As I said, seemed to be the case until I looked down. Actually, until I looked down over here. Yeah, something has gone horribly wrong. Like, so horribly wrong. There are about 200 cows down in this area, and to be quite frank, I don't really know what has gone on. I haven't checked the replay mod footage just yet. I have a feeling it's something to do with this mechanism right here with the pressure plate, and I haven't explained how it works, so I guess you don't really know unless you watch Tango's video. But yeah, something has gone terrible. All of the drops are meant to end up in this chest, so I'm kind of curious what we got there. Okay, not too bad. But now I have to slaughter all of these cows with my looting sword, and that is gonna give me a lot of drops. So I don't know what's gone on here. I'm not sure what to do, but I gotta fix this problem, because right now this is just one giant mess, and I need to sort it out. You know what? If I'm being honest, I thought it'd be a little bit more, but I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with is these ladders. I think what is causing the problem. So Tango said to include these in the build because it stops entity cramming, and I actually have my entity cramming set to a little bit higher. I think it's around about 120 instead of the normal 25, so I don't actually need these. And I think something might have changed between when Tango made this video and 1.12. Hello, cows. Just jump right out of the camera there. I think this is messing it up somehow. So I'm gonna, for next time, I'm not gonna fuss with it now too much, but get rid of the ladders and keep the lava there with signs probably, and see if that works. And if it doesn't, well, I mean, it still functioned, and I just had a big pile of cows that I used my looting sword on, so it may even have been profitable in a very messy way. But yeah, it doesn't work as intended, so I'm going to have to mess with it. But like I said earlier, we've spent far too long on this farm already, so we'll forget about it for today and continue on with that time lapse. So there is our kitchen, and does it look like a kitchen? No, it doesn't. I think I've kind of given up a little bit with making every single, individual TekTopia building look like that building. You know, you see this and your first thought isn't instantaneously a blacksmith. Same goes with the library over there. I guess the apartment complex I'm stood on is a little bit different, but I think in the long run with all of these buildings, I'm just gonna make cool looking buildings, and whether they look like what they're meant to be, it doesn't matter, because this is a futuristic city. The buildings are probably going to look a little bit funky, and when I'm trying to do something like a blacksmith, for example, or a kitchen even, you know, there really isn't many examples out there of what they would look like in a futuristic style. But yeah, this is our kitchen, and I'm pretty happy with it. It's a fairly simple building, like all of them are in shape at least. There's not, you know, it's a symmetrical building, and I think it works pretty well. So we got some more of our solar panels on the top here with some generators or whatever we said these were, and we got the classic sea lanterns behind the glass, which I'm loving using recently. I just think this looks awesome. Definitely some cyberpunk vibes. But yeah, that's the outside of the building, and as for the inside, we actually have 4 separate entrances. So we got the main door either side, which this one I believe is going to have the token on. Yes, when we do eventually purchase that today, hopefully. And then we got some larger entrances on the 2 sides here, which will probably be used more likely than the actual doorways. So in here, well, in any kitchen, I should say, all you really need are some furnaces and some crafting benches for however many chefs you actually want. So in here we have 16, which would be overcrowding this room if all 16 were in here at a time, but they're not going to be, right? The chefs aren't in here for that long. They kind of just come in here, cook their food or craft their food, and then leave again. So let's say maximum of 8 is going to be in here at one given time, which is what, 56 floor spaces, which is more than enough in here. So yeah, we actually should be all good on the overcrowding front. So yeah, 16 crafting benches, and then a whole bunch of furnaces. I'm not even sure how many. I can stand here and you can count if you really want to. I'm not going to though. It's enough. So yeah, we just got these lined up on the sides, and if we even wanted more, we could probably put some along the back here, just like this, you know, because that wouldn't actually take up floor space, because these kind of count as floor space in the kitchen. So yeah, we kind of got these cobblestone walls connected up to this maybe, which could potentially link to the generator on the roof, even though it's right there. But, you know, use your imagination a little bit. So I'm imagining this is maybe just how the steam or the electricity or something to do with powering these furnaces actually, you know, functions for them cooking the stuff. So yeah, trying to do a good balance of what looks good in here with the futuristic theme versus what would work well functionally and efficiency wise for the actual villagers. I was just dropping off some hearts into my villager items chest and completely forgot that I purchased these tokens last episode, so I can't do it right now because it's nighttime, so there's no current nomads in the village, but we're going to have to hand these out today, or at least some of them. However, I would like to purchase some other tokens, most importantly the kitchen. So here's my emerald supply at the moment. I think we're going to have enough for the kitchen, most certainly. We could probably purchase multiple, but that would be a waste. So I'm thinking maybe we get a kitchen and possibly 2 chef tokens. That sounds pretty good. Now, I would like to purchase the animal pens today, as I said in the start of the episode, but I don't have enough right now. I think we maybe need like 48 more, and then we'll definitely have enough. So that's probably like 1 more trading session, and we should be good, hopefully. So yeah, we'll purchase them today. However, I don't think we're going to be able to actually fill the animal pens with animals, just because obviously, you know, look around. There's no actual animals in the city border other than squid, but you can't farm them, obviously. So I'm going to have to manually bring over 2 of every animal, the sheep, cows, pigs, and chicken, like I was Noah himself, and then kind of just dump them off somewhere around here, leaving them to free roam, and then the ranchers will just come along. Oh, we haven't even purchased any ranchers tokens. Okay, that's something else we'll have to do. Alright, I'm beginning to think, because I'm running out of time here, that's going to have to wait until next episode, but if we could at least purchase the tokens, I think that would be a good start. First things first, we can actually place down our kitchen icon here, which nicely lights up. No issues with this one, so we now have a functional kitchen, which is very nice. And what is actually good about the chefs here in the early game, you don't necessarily need to set up the animal pens for them to be very helpful for the village, because obviously there are these wonderful crops. These are potatoes. Not going to break them, you'll just have to take my word for it, but obviously the chefs can bake them in their furnaces, which is a pretty solid food source for all of the villagers. I found in my previous villages that we've done, baked potatoes are like the #1 food source. They're everywhere, they clog up my chests, and they're just always being eaten. So honestly, the animal pens may not even be needed, but I would like to set them up. But for now, baked potatoes will most certainly do the job. I mean, just look at all of these potato crops. We have more than enough. Just doing my nightly heart run where I go around to all of the apartments listening out for the twinkling noise, and tonight I managed to get 4, which is actually pretty good. Usually I only get a couple, so today must have been a very happy day in the village. In the city. I'm still not quite used to it, guys. And now it's a brand new day, and we're going to do one of my favorite things where I just kind of sit outside and watch the villagers wake up. It sounds a little bit creepy, but yeah, I like to just kind of watch them wake up and walk out of their apartments and down the stairs. Here a couple come now and out of the main doorway. Okay, I guess you're the early bird. You get to catch the worm. Congratulations, Ambert. That's a funny name. I can't say I've heard that one before, but here the rest come. You're a little late, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with a good lion every now and again. And yeah, off they go to work. That is awesome. And here is the merchant just in time. Hello, dear friend. What have you got today? He's pretty much just got wood for sale at the moment, and I traded a little bit of spruce, birch, and jungle just now, but I only have a couple stacks of all of them. And I had a lot of oak, as you can see there, and now he's ran off and I can't find him. The only trouble with having this many chests in the storage room, you know, it's great in the long term, but for now, while there's so little items, I can never find it. I don't know where half of the stuff is. Merchant, where have you gone? I'm trying to do some trading, because the people want to see the trading on the camera. I haven't done this for a long time. So yeah, chucked a couple spruce logs his way, as well as some birch and jungle. I don't really have much of everything else, plus, you know, that isn't full price, so I'm not going to waste the lapis doing that. But there we go, take my oak logs, and then hopefully this now will be enough to buy all of the animal pens. The moment of truth, here we go. Architect, I need you. Okay, so we'll start off with the sheep pen at 28 emeralds, that's not too bad. Pig pen is also 28 emeralds. Okay, we're doing good so far, and I can pretty much tell already we have enough, because the cow pen I know was only 32, and the chicken coop is even cheaper at 25. So we are left with a grand total of 7 almighty emeralds. Oh man, training is time consuming. But that's okay, soon enough we should be a bit more up and running with the city here, and production should be flowing a bit more seamlessly, and hopefully things will get easier as time goes on. It's always a little bit tricky in the start, isn't it? We've experienced that many times before. So I don't really know what side we should pick. I guess it doesn't matter all that much. I guess we'll go with this one over here. So we're going to stick these on the right hand side, and over here we'll stick it on the left, just so we get a little bit of symmetry. And I can't remember what I was going to do here. I might just stop and count these and decide which one is slightly bigger, and I'll put the sheep and the cows in them, and the pigs and the chickens in the smaller ones. The count is in, and the 2 on the sides here are ever so slightly bigger by about 3 or 4 blocks, give or take, so it doesn't really matter, honestly. So we'll stick the cows and the sheep on the outer ones here. I think I would actually quite like the cows to be harvested a little bit more, or maybe the sheep. Does it matter? Maybe we'll stick the what's going to be more helpful, leather or wool? Because at the end of the day, mutton and steak are all the same. I think wool might actually be more helpful, because I can trade for that better than I can the leather. So we'll stick the sheep over here, and then we'll go with the chicken coop just beside it, and then the pigs, and then the cows can go over here. So there we go. That's all set up on one of the sides. Obviously, we're missing our ranches at the moment. Hopefully, we'll be able to do that next episode. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the name of our city here. So before I tell you what it is, I do just want to say, as always, a massive thank you to everyone who left a name suggestion. I had a ton of really good ones come in. What I do when I'm picking names for these villages, or city in this case, is as I read through the comments, I'll kind of write down my favorites, and pretty much this time it had a lot of favorites. It was really tough to pick. I had, I think it was over 10 that I actually was considering. Usually it's just a handful of ones that particularly stood out to me, but this time there were loads. And I won't say them all because that's quite a long list, but the one that I have chosen to pick is, and what's going to be the name of our city here, Altora X. Sounds pretty cool, right? Definitely suits the futuristic theme and style of this city, and yeah, just sounds awesome. So that was a comment and suggestion from MC with Shift. I'll put their comment up on the screen now. You can also see they kind of explained how the ocean around could be the Altoran Sea, which also fits very well. That was a big contender, or a big reason as to why I picked this one as well. So yeah, I really hope you like that name. I absolutely love it. I think it's perfect. So thank you, Shift, as well as everybody else who left your name suggestions. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. I feel like this always happens when we reach the end of an episode nowadays, where I tell you guys that I'm kind of out of time for the episode here, and I don't really have the time to wait around for nomads to show up to hand out all of these tokens, and well that's what's happened. I'm short on time, and I don't really want to just wait around for the nomads to show up when we could just do it next episode. So next episode, hopefully we won't be ending it in the same way here, and I will instead make a point to hand out all 9 of these tokens, and maybe some other ones if we happen to purchase them, like the ranchers for example. I will wait around for the nomads sooner rather than later instead of leaving it to the last minute, but yeah, time is of the essence with me, and I don't really like waiting around for something as simple as the nomads. You know, if I had a build to finish, maybe it'd be different, but for something like just waiting, it can wait, believe it or not. So yeah, we'll do that next episode, don't you guys worry. But that's going to be it for this one. So I really hope you did enjoy watching and that you liked the build. It's not on this side of the city. Maybe we'll do a quick run round in F5. This is slightly messy. I'm sorry for the just faces in the screen. There it is. I hope you enjoyed the build and the episode as a whole. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.